Assalamu alaikum and welcome. You're watching Real English News along with your host Sharif Akram Yamani. Let's have a look on today's top headlines. Governor ESL Narasimhan greets Telangana and Andhra Pradesh on India's 68th Independence Day 2014. Telangana Congress leader Shabir Ali attacks KCR over Bangaru, Telangana. On Prime Minister's pet project to clean up Ganga, move faster, says Supreme Court. Israel strikes targets in Gaza despite prolonged truce. Life sentence to Sher Singh Rana for killing Phulani Devi. Let's have a look on headlines in details. Governor ESL Narasimhan on Thursday extended warm and patriotic wishes to the people on the occasion of Independence Day. On the occasion of the Independence Day, I have a great pleasure to convey my heartiest greeting to the people of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The governor said Independence Day is the day of remembrance as well as a dedication. Our freedom struggle is the culmination of the sacrifice of a generation of selfless patriots, young and old, men and women cutting across the barriers of caste, religion and region from all over the country. The governor further added, today is a time to bow in remembrance of all those whose vision made it possible for us to enjoy the fruits of freedom. My warm and patriotic wishes to make this day truly memorable. Telangana Congress leader Shabir Ali demanded Telangana Chief Minister KCR to stop cheating people forthwith. He said the KCR shall be given a time of 100 days to provide his capability to the administrator. Shabir said KCR loan bearer to farmers have ended with an issue of guidelines. The Teat Congress leader cautioned KCR not to play games with farmers. As 78 farmers have already committed suicide in Telangana over the last 2 months, he said this is against people's wishes and KCR promise of Bangaru, Telangana. The government has been given 2 weeks to explain how it plans to clean up the Ganga, with irate Supreme Court just asking, are you saving the holy river? You are showing no urgency in this matter. Only in the matter where Germany keen to advise assist into for Ganga river cleanup. That remark was seen as a jibby at the government's attempts to change the law on how judges are appointed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was elected in May Parliament from the 3,000-year-old riverside city of Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Now it's time to do my bit for Ma Ganga, he said after his victory in a speech from one of the ghats. Ma Ganga is waiting for her son to free her from pollution. All rivers as a divine Ganga, says Uma Bharti. The Supreme Court has been dealing since 1985 with the public interest litigation or PIL that demands the restoration of a river that has been reduced to sewage line. Demand in Rajya Sabha for a comprehensive plan to clean river. Mr. Modi government announced an additional of rupees 2,040 crores for a new Ganga mission in its post budget. Though Hindus baths in the Ganga is an act of ritual purification, the 2,500-kilometer river stretching from the Himalayas, the Bay of Bengal is full of industrial effluent and untreated sewage. Its banks strength with garbage. Ganga Action Plan may be extended to other industrial effort that its river in June. Uma Bharti, Minister for Water Resource, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, said she needed a few weeks to come up with a detailed proposal for the project. A Delhi court on Thursday pronounced life sentence to lone convict Sher Singh Rana for the murder of bandit turned political Phulani Devi in 2001. The court also imposed a fine of rupees 1 lakh on Rana. Rana, 35, had been convicted under section 302, that is murder, and 307, attempt to murder, as well as 34, common intention of the IPC for murdering Phulan at her residence here on July 25, 2001. The prosecution had sought death penalty for Rana, calling him a threat to the society. It is an offence of murder which was committed in a pre-planned manner and was meticulously executed by Rana. Keeping in view of the impact of the society, I requested the court to award death penalties. Prosecution had told the court Rana had sought leniency from the court. Rana also told the judge that he wanted to do something good for the society. Rana's counsel had opposed the contentions of the prosecution, claiming that police had miserably failed to prove the motive behind the murder, countering the claim of the police regarding Rana's criminal antecedent. The defense counsel had said that he had been acquitted in other cases, and even the eyewitnesses in the case has been disbelieved by the court. Several rockets hits Israel territory that just before Hamas announced it was accepting Egypt's offer to extend a ceasefire with Israel for another 5 days. Israel Prime Minister has ordered the IDF to respond to the attack with reports of renewed bombing of Gaza. With the breach of the ceasefire by Hamas, the Prime Minister and Defense Minister ordered the Israeli military to act in response. The order was issued before midnight, and Israel official told the news. Hamas, in its turn, accused Israel of violating the truce. With Hamas official, that is Izzat Rashiki, who is in Cairo, saying that there was no violation of the claim from any Palestine side and nobody in Gaza has heard rocket fire. Hamas is seeking an end to the territorial and coastal blockade imposed by Israel and Egypt in 2007, which Israel opposes. The blockade had eagerly limited the movement of Palestinians and restricted the flow of goods into Gaza, blocking all exports. Israel Operation Protective Edge started in retaliation to Hamas rocket fire from Gaza Strip on July 8th. Nearly 2,000 Palestinians were killed in the month-long fighting. Almost 75% of them were civilians, according to UN preliminary information. On the Israel side, at least 67 people were killed and were mostly soldiers. The number of Palestine deaths includes 459 children. That is, the figure is higher than the number of children killed in Gaza. The previous two conflicts combined, says a UN Secretary General, that is Ban Ki-moon, on Tuesday. Let's have a look on today's sports news. Fired-up Pakistani bowlers rattled Sri Lanka in the second test. Mehla Jayawardene scored 4 streaky runs in the last test as Pakistan bowler dismantled Sri Lanka's first innings as the start of the second and final match in Colombo on Thursday. The host, who won the toss and elected to bat on the easy-packed wicket, found runs hard to come by against the steady attack and plotted to 26-1, that is 8 by stamps, on the opening day at the Sinhalese Sports Club. Rivers batsman felt that I was an easy target, Moeen. He has been on England's finds its ongoing test series against India, and off-spinner Moeen Ali feels that visiting team batsman took him lightly, which ensured a bag full of wickets from him. Moeen currently has 19 wickets as a stealer average of 22.94 with the true brilliant spells at Eggsball and Old Trafford as England have gone 2-1 up in the series. Federer wins Milestone 300 Master match. Roger Federer became the first man to win 300 match at the ATP Masters 1000 level, beating Vesak Pospisil 7-6, 7-4, 5-7, 6-2 on Wednesday in Cincinnati. The victory in just over 2 hours put the 33-year-old world number 3 into the third round as he began his final tune-up tournament from the US Open. BCCI recommends Dhoni name for Padma Bhushan, says Kohli for Padma Shri. BCCI has recommended Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni name for the prestigious Padma Bhushan and batting mainstay Virat Kohli for the Padma Shri. India's women cricket team's keeper Mithali Raj has been also nominated for Padma Shri. Government has no intention to take over BCCI, says Sonawal. The government on Wednesday said taking over the Indian Cricket Board was not a feasible option since the Board of Control for Cricket in India, that is BCCI, was an autonomous body, but it will try to bring the cricket body under the ambit of RTI Act. Sports Minister Sarbanba Sonwal was responding to a question in the Rajya Sabha, that is BCCI is an autonomous body registered under the Societies Acts. Let's have a look on today's stock market. Sensex for today stand with 26,103.23 with 0.71%. whereas Nifty for today stand with 7,791.70 with 0.67%. Let's have a look on today's gold and silver rates as per Malabar Golds. According to Malabar Golds, today's gold rate, that's Thursday 14th of August, are as follows. For 10 grams of gold for 22 carats, it's 27,450. Whereas for 24 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 29,030. Silver rates for today for 10 grams, it's 470. Let's have a look on today's weather report of 6 regions of Telangana state. Hyderabad minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 32 degrees Celsius. Mehbubnagar minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Karimnagar minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 31 degrees Celsius. Nizamabad minimum temperature 24 degrees Celsius and maximum 32 degrees Celsius. Medak minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 32 degrees Celsius. Whereas today's minimum temperature of Khammam district stand with 28 degrees Celsius, whereas maximum it's 37 degrees Celsius. Headlines once again. Governor ESL Narasimhan greets Telangana and Andhra Pradesh on India's 68th Independence Day 2014. Telangana Congress leader Shabir Ali attacks KCR over Bangaru Telangana. On Prime Minister's pet project to clean up Ganga, move faster, says Supreme Court. Israel strikes targets in Gaza despite prolonged truce. Life sentence to Sher Singh Rana for killing Phulani Devi. That's all in this newscast for today. Keep watching Real English News along with your host Sharif Fakir Iman. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.